Hi everybody, Lori here for Simon Says Stamp. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm excited to introduce you to the new Sunny Vibes release with Simon Says Stamp, and it is full of all the sunny vibes. I'm going to walk you through all of this new collection, starting with some of the new stamp and die designs. First up, we have a little mini. This is called Festive Balloons. Now, this used to be a 2023 birthday gift with purchase, but now it's available part of the Sunny Vibes release. It does have a coordinating die for that big balloon bouquet, several different sentiments: happy birthday, hooray, it's your day to celebrate, yay you, and time to party. A little mini. This would make a fun little gift too. You could pop it in an envelope and give it to a crafty friend for a birthday. Next up is the Beautiful Blooms stamp set, which coordinates with a stencil set. First, I want to take a look at this stamp set. It's a floral stamp set with several different sentiments and different designs of florals. It coordinates with this Beautiful Blooms Hugs stencil set, which is a layering stencil set. There's 3 stencils that kind of layer up with the big hugs in the middle. Now the hugs, there's 2 different, you see how there's 2 stencils with hugs? One is bigger than the other, and when you layer them together, it gives you the slightest little outline with the blooms all around it, kind of framing that hugs. And then you could take, I don't know if you can see here on the packaging, it gives you kind of a sample of what it looks like with that slight bit of outline in the 2 different sizes of hugs. Let me give you a close-up here if you can see how you get that outline, that definition, and the details, what it's all about. And then you can take the Beautiful Blooms stamp set and you can line up the coordinating bloom, which, you could see here how they line up like that. And you could stamp it, give it more definition, use them together, use them separately. Get a lot of mileage, different looks, depending on what you want to do. I always like to refer to this imagery on the back of the stencil packaging. Kind of gives you an idea of how it could look. Moving on to Rainbows and Butterflies. This is a really fun one. It does have coordinating die set for the image and the sentiments. So check out this rainbow. It's a rainbow made of butterflies. And then the sentiments say, wishing you rainbows and butterflies, sending you happy wishes and butterfly kisses. Life isn't always sunshine and butterflies. The worst storms create the prettiest rainbows. You've got this. Just thinking of you. Your wings have been there all along. It's time for you to fly. You still give me butterflies. That's a cutie patootie. Okay, next is Once Upon a Dream. If you are a Disney princess lover, then you're going to die for this. There's coordinating dies to go with it, along with sentiment dies. Okay, check out the princesses. Here's the sentiments. Dreams really do come true. Girl power, happy birthday, and remember, you're never too old to wish upon a star. I'm 99% sure you're a princess. And then, now look at these princesses. I can't remember what they're all called. I know that one's Jasmine. And I see that one's Ariel. This is showing my true Disney knowledge. Snow White. And then you got the little fairies down there, the God with twinkle fairies. And then look at all the princesses over on the side. Really, really cute. Okay, next is Beachcombing for the seashell lovers. This is a stamp layering stamp set with a coordinating die set. They are labeled so you can see A1, A2, A3, and A4. And you can layer up these stamps to create these colorful seashells. Look at the back of the packaging. Gives you an idea of the magic that you can create. And then you got the coordinating dies to go with it. There's also some foil transfer cards that coordinate with this later. I'll show you. But there's also a small sand dollar and a large sand dollar standalone die. I've die cut those. And this as well kind of coordinates with this beachcombing vibe. Now, there's a sand dollar in the stamp set, but it's quite a bit smaller. So if you want to die cut some larger ones, maybe you want to pick up these standalone dies to, coordinate with it. Next up, we have Summer Fruit Tiles. This is one large 6x6 clear acrylic stamp. And then you have these solid square rectangles that you could stamp in the coordinating size blocks. Also sentiments. So happy for you, happy birthday, just saying hello. And then there's a coordinating stencil with the square and the rectangles. So if you want to blend instead of stamping, you can put that over. blend it in, blend some color, gives you a lot of different options for mediums and techniques. And then as well, there's coordinating dies for those squares. Maybe you want to isolate a square. Also for the sentiments, you could cut out the sentiments. I love it when there is a coordinating die for a sentiment. Makes my day. Speaking of sentiments, we have Sunshine and Smiles. This is a classic. You make me smile. Sending smiles, so happy for you. Hello, friend. Wishing you lots of sunshine. You brighten my day. Here for you. Just saying hi. You are my sunshine. With coordinating dies. You can never go wrong with a classic sentiment stamp set. Around the World is up next. It's got a big old world right there with some different means of transportation. Airplanes, hot air balloon, sailboat, some airmail, lots of different sentiments to go with that. And there's a coordinating die set, so you can cut out all the images in those sentiments. There's also an earth die. So it's a standalone die, and I've die cut this to show you. Same exact size as the stamp in the Around the World stamp set, but you could, work those two together. There's also these postage shapes die set, and this is what they look like. They're just blank postage shapes, but I thought it would pair well with the stamp set because it's kind of got the airmail thing going on, and some of these images would fit perfectly within those stamps, like the hot air balloon and the sailboat, or you could use the smaller little postage and stamp a little tiny airplane on it. And just like the postage theme is hot right now. Everybody's loving the postage theme on their projects, so that's a fun way to incorporate it. Next, we have Just Breathe, another kind of sentiment stamp set with the coordinating dies over on the left here. It has kind of a brush strokey feel. Just breathe. It will all be okay. Let your faith be stronger than your fear. You can do anything. I am here for you always. There are so many beautiful reasons to be happy, and I love this kind of scripty mixed with straight up font. We have some new 6x6 clear acrylic designs. Again, 6x6 clear acrylic, not red rubber mounted on a cushy foam. And this one is called Tin Roof. So we have 3 different designs of these kind of like background stamps, and this is a great repeating kind of a tin roof pattern. Next is Wonky Concentric Circles, another 6x6, but it's circle. I just want to show you how this one's not a square. It's a circle clear stamp, but just a big jumbo size with these wonky concentric circles for the pattern. Next is Modern Medallion, another 6x6 pattern, but it's kind of got a medallion, like similar to the tin roof, but slightly different. And you can see there down along the bottom how it's trimmed along the design. Next, we have the Create stamp set. It also has the coordinating die set to go with it. Got die cuts all of those sentiments. You got the large Create with that fancy font. Life is not about what you are given, it's about what you create. Create the life you love. Create love, joy, and happiness. It's hard to read with the glare on my stamp set. Create the possibilities of your dreams. Imagine. There's a bigger imagine. Imagine the life you want to wake up to. And then there's also this Create Standalone die, which I die cut to show you. Same font, pretty much the same size as the one in the stamp set, but if you want to die cut it and then use the stamp set to add the additional sub sentiments, you could pair those two together. Now moving on to some standalone designs, just quickly running through the ones that I've already, kind of showed you. This is the earth. And I do want to mention that this earth is this is all that comes in the packaging. And so I die cut a little circle using one of the nested circle dies to give to give a backing to put all these pieces to. If you're going to adhere this straight onto a card base, you probably don't need to back it, but if you want to pop it up, it's nice to have the nested circle dies. Here we have the postage shapes, which I already showed you. This doesn't coordinate with any stamp set. It just gives you these different sizes of kind of postage shapes, and you can create your own little custom stamps with all the different products that you already own, or maybe something from the Sunny Vibes release. And then lastly, we have the 2 different sand dollars, the large and the small. I'll show you these, what they look like. Really detailed, really great for the beach lovers. And then we have a few new word dies. Create, which I've already shown you, and I've die cut everything so you can see the size. Here I did white on island blue. And then I hope you smiled today. Here I did this on white on top of peacock. And this is all one word die. So it all holds together on that shadow backer. Here's You Brighten My Day. I think that might have been part of a card kit, if I remember correctly. And then this last one is a repeat. I hope you smile today. I don't know why I did it twice, but this one I did a bright yellow on a navy. I was thinking that was a different one, but two of the same. Just giving you two different looks. Okay, we're moving on to some birds and blooms. We have the exquisite hummingbird, and this is definitely exquisite. Now, I die cut this and I added a little bit of blending for the color variation. I do want to show you what these dies look like. It is one die, all one piece. So what I did is I die cut this out of some very light blue cardstock, and then I blended some darker blue, little green, little purple, and I just kind of went off the imagery on the packaging for my inspiration. So that's exquisite hummingbird. Next we have divine peony. Again, these dies are one, like all one shebang, and this is what it produces. It's like magical. So it kind of layers up the blooms. I did 3 different shades of pinks, and then the green for the foliage. And then next we have gentle layers floral wreath. This is another all one die, but it die cuts all the different little pieces to create a beautiful wreath. Now you can really customize the look of this wreath depending on the colors that you do. If you want to make it autumnal, want to make it Christmassy, summery, Eastery, you can change it up based on the colors of cardstock that you do. Next up is Lily Duo, and this gives you a little duo of lilies. And again, I die cut the lilies out of some very light kind of peachy orange cardstock and add a little bit of blending on the edges. Again, just taking inspiration from the die packaging. Here we have Iceland poppies. And these are so dainty and intricate. When you die cut them, it gives you that detail in the die cuts. And I just did these out of solid color cardstock and like a dark brown for that center. These kind of layer up to give you that dimensional poppy look. Here we have Lily of the Valley stem. This one I die cut out of some green and white for the blooms. Very easy to put together, very dainty and intricate and delicate. That is Lily of the Valley stem. Next up is Dancing Floral Vine, and this one is very beautiful. I use several different shades of solid color cardstock. Again, it's one big die, but you can do so much with it depending on the colors that you choose. You got the little teeny tiny floral centers there that you can do different colors with, or you could add little enamel dots or embellishments to the floral centers. It's like this vine that stretches out, and I did that out of craft cardstock. Next up is the Mini Fab Floral Plate. It's a full size plate, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I die cut it out of some white cardstock, and look at all those little florals. You could inlay, I'm thinking rainbow inlay, or you could do some strips behind. You could back it with acetate and make it a shaker. So many different looks you can achieve. This one is repeating rainbows. Now hold on to your hat, because this one's going to knock your socks off. Bada boom. Oh my. Okay, so I did this. Well, this one's bright and happy, and it's also a card ready to happen. I'll show you later at the end of the video. I added a sentiment, and this card is happy as all get out. And then lastly, we have the Nested Domed Arches frames. And I die cut all of these. I believe there are 7 different sizes of arch domed or nested domed arches frames. That's a tongue twister. I'll just show you what these look like if you cut them apart. Now, if you do some in different sizes, like you take the smallest one and then maybe a little bit larger and you die cut that, you could take that what's left over in the middle and it would give you like a thicker frame. So you can kind of like create your own frame. Maybe take a big arch and then you get that thick frame like so. You could also take the inner part. This just came out of the purple. When I die cut the purple frame, this is the part that popped out. You can use that as a panel. It's a great little frame. Okay, moving on to some Kathy Zilske products. We have Bad Day, Good Vibes, a great sentiment stamp set with the coordinating dies to go with it. Bad day, good vibes. And then you have some days just suck. Here's to having more that don't. All good vibes your way, sending you love. It's okay to not be okay. I am holding space for you. Facts, this blows. I am so very sorry. Life is hard. Sending you a paper hug. Hope you feel it. Making it through the day is enough. I'm here for the ups and downs. And then you have the coordinating dies. And then you have the Standalone Good Vibes die, which I die cut here out of some white and bright yellow. Popping good vibes in your eyeballs right there. I love that font. It's very groovy. Very groovy, CZ. And then last but not least, I'm very excited about these little banners basics. She did a version of this before that was like cheers, more like celebratory. But now we have the everyday all-purpose. Miss you, hello, love you. These are some of my favorites. I just love a banner. It looks good on everything. Next up, we have a few new stencil designs. First up is Tin Roof, and this is a 6x6 stencil. And it's the same exact design as the Tin Roof stamp. The 6x6 Tin Roof clear acrylic stamp. So if you want to stamp it, you want to blend it, you want to add paste to it, you can do it with the Tin Roof stencil. Next up is Wonky Chevron. And this one's kind of wonky, and it gives you that repeating chevron pattern. You want to go vertical, go horizontal. I'm even thinking you could mask off each chevron row and make each row a different color. Just had that idea. If you mask off, you could blend each chevron row in a different color or add paste. Here we have crochet blocks. So this is giving you a little homespun feel. Maybe you could take a paper puncher and punch some holes and do a little embroidery floss, thread it. I don't know, I'm just brainstorming here because I'm thinking crochet, but crochet is not embroidery. Two different things. Okay, next is the Happy Rainbow. This is a large and in charge layering stencil set. So you have, how many are there? 4, I believe. And you can layer up those rainbows. It gives you a lot of rainbow arches. I love that when you get a lot of arches because that just means more color. And then you can also add pattern to your arches if you want to. You got polka dots, you got scalloped edges, you got dash marks. There's even a teeny tiny heart right in the center. I'm excited to try this one. You know I'm a rainbow lover. And so here you have Happy Rainbow. Next is the Sunshine layering stencil set, and this gives you the beautiful, like, I don't know if it's sunny setting sun or a rising sun, but you get the sun rays, which you can layer 3 different stencils and 3 masks for the sun and the clouds. So you've got the rays, and then you can do the 2 different, like 2-tone rays, and then you also have the sun and the clouds. So you can definitely, use these individually. Maybe you just want to do the sun and the clouds. Also, there's the masks. There's 2 masks for the clouds that pop in and then pop in for the sun there. Really cute. The back of the packaging is great for giving inspiration. Next up, we have several new embossing folder designs, and several of these include coordinating dies. First up, we have Brilliant Hibiscus. So this is an embossing folder and cutting dies. I ran it through with some cornflower blue cardstock, and then I took the individual bloom dies, die cut them out of pink cardstock for a nice contrast to show you, then put them back into the embossing folder to give the texture. And so you could use these together to get different color variation. You could add some ink blending, or you could use the blooms by themselves without the background panel. Next we have Zippy Zinnias. Okay, and these are very zippy. It also has 3 individual bloom dies. So this is what the zinnias look like as a bouquet, just embossed on a panel, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Then I die cut the zinnias, put them back in the embossing folder. Look at that incredible texture. Pop them back on. They kind of fit right in there into the bouquet. You can do a lot of different colors of zinnias. Next we have Wild Blossom, and this gives you 1 floral die. I embossed this on a green panel here. Great texture. And then I die cut the yellow bloom, put it back in the embossing folder to give it that texture. And you could use this bloom by itself, do several of these blooms in different colors and just use them on a project. Or you can pop it back onto your embossed panel to get a whole, kind of vibe. Here we have lemon tree. This is a fun one. I think citrus is very trending. Although I feel like I made these look more like clementines. So you could do lemons, clementines, limes, depending on the colors you use. Look at the little individual dies. Gives you that texture of the citrus in there. And I'm loving the citrus for the summer. It's very tart. Here we have sound waves. This is a cool one. It kind of looks like waves. So I think it would pair nicely with, any wave or beach themes, but also sound waves. I'm here for that too. And then lastly, feathery fronds. Now this has got to be the most textury embossing folder I've ever used. The texture on it will blow your mind. Seriously, I think this is the most textural one I've ever done. It's very cool. Okay, we have some sentiment strips. These are called the Bad Day Good Vibes and the Reverse Bad Day Good Vibes. So these are the same sentiments like in Kathy Zilske sets. You have the black on white, and these are pre-printed. You can foil them. You can use the sentiment label dies with them. Here's the reverse Bad Day Good Vibes. My favorite. I love the white on black. Again, you could foil these. I love to trim them with my little mini guillotine. Works great that way, but also works well with the sentiment label dies. Okay, here are some foiled transfer cards. We have acetate seashells. And these are 4 sheets, pre-printed acetate that can be easily foiled. You don't have to foil it. Makes for a great seashell shaker. Sally sells seashells down by the seashell shaker. And then we have acetate beachcombing. Now these are the same images from the beachcombing stamp set. So you could foil these up, and I'm pretty sure the coordinating dies would be sized to match as well. Now these are seashells printed on cardstock. They are also foilable. They're colorable. Maybe you just want to color them. Maybe you want to foil them and then color them. You can do that too. And then lastly, we have the beachcombing, just pre-printed on white cardstock, but it is like a toner, so it's foilable. We also have some very exciting new extras in this Sunny Vibes release. We have a Simon Says stamp scoring board. This is cool. Okay, so it is a scoring surface measuring 5.5 by 7 1/8. Scores in 8-inch increments. I'm going to take her out of the package to show you. It's a nice size to it. It's not too big, not too bulky. It's got the little scoring tool there that you can pop out, or maybe you want to use this place and pierce wand. It's got that little ball on the end, which would be good for scoring. I personally love my Teflon bone folder, but any of these tools would work great for scoring. And then on the back of it, there's some information. There's information on card sizes. You can score on an angle. Different sizes of cards that you want to make. It tells you the measurements and where to score. And then also it walks you through how to make an envelope. So a lot of fun information on the back of that. This is a handy dandy little tool. We also have some new pre-folded card bases in the shade Fog. So they are side fold, measuring 4 1/4 by 5.5. So they're A2, nice and sturdy. And then we have sea glass, great color. These are great neutral colors. And I believe there are 10 sheets in a pack. And here you have soft navy. So you've got soft navy, sea glass, and Fog. You can buy a pack of 10 of pre-folded, pre-scored side fold cards. And then lastly, we have a package of color blends, Bold Brights. 8 sheets in a pack. These are glossy. So you know what that means? They will foil beautifully. And I have foiled on these color blend cards before, and the results are buttery. Okay, look at these blends. These gradient blends are absolutely dreamy. They're bold and bright, perfect for sunny vibes. And then lastly, Simon Says Stamp microfiber cleaning cloth and the Ultra Clean Spray. Now this is not a new product. It does have a fancy new designed label, but I've been using Ultra Clean Spray for a long time. Great for cleaning your stamps. Great for cleaning your MISTI, but it pairs perfectly with the new microfiber cleaning cloth. So look at this. I just had to show you the little paw print tag on it. How cute is that? Now these are great for cleaning your stamps, your stencils. They don't leave any lint behind. Great for picking up glitter, and it pairs perfectly with the Ultra Clean Spray. Great little duo for clean. 2 new sequin embellishment mixes in the Sunny Vibes release. First up, we have Mermaid Tail embellishment mix, and it's a little mixture of iridescent yellow, orange, and green, like a mermaid tail, giving you the sunny vibes for your embellishments. And then we have Summer Blooms, and this is pinks and purples, iridescent, 3 different sizes. I love using these embellishment mix. Last before least, wanted to share a few new coordinating dies that coordinate with previously released Tim Holtz stamp sets. First we have Flower Shop. This is a previously released Tim Holtz stamp set. These are red rubber mounted on cushy foam, and now Simon Says Stamp has created coordinating dies to go with these stamp sets. So maybe you already have the stamp set, you want to pick up the dies to go with it. You can do that. Here's how they coordinate. See how that just matches up right there like that? And then this one over on the right, and then you have the one in the middle. Next up, we have the Floral Outlines stamp set, and then Simon Says Stamp created the coordinating dies to go with this. So you can buy these together as a set, or you can just pick up the dies if you already have the stamp set. Next is the Floral Trims stamp set, and then now Simon Says Stamp created the coordinating dies to go with that. You see how this lines up on the top and bottom, and there's also an individual die down on the bottom. You see how that cuts out that one individual bloom, and then on the top there's a die that cuts out that individual bloom. So you could, get best of both worlds. Here we have the Bold Botanical stamp set, and then now we have the coordinating dies. So these dies are kind of cool. You've got the one just for the outline rectangle, and then some of these for the detail inside that will cut out those individual blooms, and then also the outer rectangle. So you could do 2 different, colors and get a lot of fun looks with these Tim Holtz stamp set. And that is everything in the new Sunny Vibes release with Simon Says Stamp. Before we go, just wanted to share a couple projects that I've created. Here we have that repeating rainbows background with the Kathy Zilske Good Vibes die. And here we have the mini fab floral plate with the You Brighten My Day word die, matte gold and vellum. Make sure and check out the Simon Says Stamp blog for more information and inspiration on the Sunny Vibes release. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.
Hi there, I'm Heidi, Simon's mama and founder at simonsaysstamp.com. Thank you so much for watching our video. If you like what you just saw, be sure to press the thumbs up and subscribe to see more great content.